Hello, my name is Jason. I am the director, co-writer and co-producer, also acting in the film a little bit, of a film called Bush Bash. It's an Australian horror movie about a group of people who go into the bush to make a horror movie, and when they get out there, there's far nastier things than they had feared. I think it's that classic combination of comedy and horror, bit stupid, bit funny, but also we are hoping to absolutely terrify the pants off you at various points in the film. YouTube has been one of the greatest resources in my journey of learning to, even just to find the courage, even ignoring what I've learnt from YouTube, even just the inspiration to get off my butt and get some friends together and go, hey, let's actually go and actually do this. YouTube has been tremendously inspiring. So I've chosen to start this channel and to start this series of video logs to hopefully maybe inspire further people down the line, and also to leave a trail of how we're going to try and put this thing together. Let's see what success we have and what failures come along the way, or what obstacles and what triumphs we may see. You won't just be meeting me, you'll be meeting the whole cast and crew, special effects, actors, cameras, editing, all the way through as we release the film, as we promote the film, as we market the film, as we distribute, all this kind of stuff. We are going to give you the access that we wish we had and I wish I had to projects, so that you can either follow in our footsteps, or you might enjoy our finished product and want to come back and see this. Whatever the purpose is for this, we're choosing to do it. We're choosing to share the journey. And I know I often enjoy watching the making of the film just as much as I enjoy watching the film. You know, a lot of the time in the DVD, that second disc, I spend more time with that than I do watching the main feature. So we've already done 3 days of production on Bush Bash. We filmed about 2.5 scenes or something like that in those 3 days. Sadly, during that time, the actress playing our monster fell ill. She had had some health issues, and the monster costume was basically so hot, and the day I think was like 35 plus degrees Celsius, which is like way over 100 degrees American temperature, whatever you guys call it, Fahrenheit. Super hot day, and that combination led to illness. So that was one of the first unfortunate issues we had, was that we lost about half a day to a day of filming due to illness, and that was a combination of ill health, extreme heat, and a costume that has now been redesigned to be not so hot, not pull so much sweat, and be more breathable. So that was a lesson learnt. Other lessons we've already learned. This sounds insanely stupid, but it's actually true, and we, maybe because we're going for that B-grade horror kind of thing, didn't really register how important it was, which is a bit of like but some actors are way better than others. And so after those first few days of production, we identified some actors that had a clear talent and were stealing the scene, others who weren't as great, and we just adjusted our script slightly so that the better actors get more chance to show their stuff in the film. I know that sounds blindingly obvious, but it's well worth thinking about, you know, like, and I know it happens a lot on TV shows and stuff like that. There might be a popular character or something like that, and you give them more screen time. But if you've got one or more people that are a real asset, get them as much screen time as possible. Another example of that is that my filmmaking partner, Jess Lynn, who originally came on board just to do the special effects, but was so helpful and so passionate and so creative and so hardworking and reliable, that I've now brought her on as a co-producer and also co-writer. I mean, her script suggestions ended up becoming rewrites, so she's written as much of the thing as I have, and I'm sure she'll probably end up directing some scenes when we're out there. So Jess really has come on as a co-partner of the film, and her extreme skill and passion in special effects has led to this film becoming a lot more practical effects heavy, a lot more shooting blood, animal attacks, injuries, all this kind of stuff that would have been there if I'd done it on my own, but is much more prominent because we have this really highly skilled special effects artist. So that's just another example of playing to your strengths. Another strength we have, and I've always realized this from when I was very young watching films, it's like, I live in Australia, I don't live in America, I don't live in Hollywood, I don't live in a big European country. Australia's a good country, but pretty isolated. The one thing I always knew we had is these beautiful locations. This is just across the road from my home. Beautiful bushland. The place where we're filming the film, the Daintree Rainforest, is even more ancient and exotic and rainforesty. So by using the Australian bush and the Australian landscape, we've got these beautiful views and beautiful vistas that money can't buy. You know, you can't build this in a soundstage, and sure, you can bring a big crew here from Hollywood or whatever, but we can literally just pop down the road and be somewhere this beautiful. So The film is set in the bush, Bush Bash. A lot of the characters are actors sort of playing themselves. Like I'm kind of playing the director of the film, although I'm going to ham it up and be a bit more, or hopefully a lot more arrogant, rude, thoughtless, selfish. My character, the director, will be quite a nasty piece of work. We've got some really talented actresses who are going to be at various times a bit ditzier and a bit sexier than they'd usually behave, and then at other times braver and more dependable than the average person usually has to be. So we're kind of playing ourselves. Even some of the characters have the same names as the actors, but of course everything's exaggerated. Everything's kind of amped up a bit funnier, a bit scarier, a bit sexier, a bit crazier, a bit bloodier. We want it to be full of laughs, full of spills. And these video diaries won't just be me, so you'll be meeting the special effects people, the actors, the actresses, the camera people. You'll be talking about editing, and we're going to take you all the way through promotion, production, marketing and distribution of this film. Hopefully just leave a trail of breadcrumbs and say, hey, this is how we did it. Hopefully it's fun, hopefully it turns out well. And whatever happens, we will document it here on YouTube. We'll bring you along for the ride, and we're going to have a laugh. We're going to get our creative juices flowing and bet on ourselves to do something we've always wanted to do. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, please share it around as well. This is the first video, so we're going to try and get some traction, and let's create a filmmaking community around this film, Bush Bash. Thank you.